Welcome to NTIA's National Broadband Availability Map training series. In this video, we will be walking step by step through the second NBAM training exercise, uploading data to the NBAM. In this exercise, we will be creating a map showing speed test results on a reservation in Washington State with provided datasets and some existing federal grants data. Note that these are practice datasets and should exclusively be used for educational purposes. This exercise will go through the steps of uploading these two practice datasets from your computer, placing them into a map template, and editing the map to better suit your analysis. Start by logging into the NBAM ArcGIS online site. You will be prompted to enter your username and password and will then be taken to the NBAM ArcGIS online homepage. Navigate to the NBAM Help Page button, which will take you to the NBAM Training Hub site. Navigate to the training page for Exercise 2, on which you'll be able to download the data and reference all steps for this exercise. Once you have logged in and navigated to the Exercise 2 training page, start by clicking the links for both the shapefile and CSV linked in Step 1. This will take you to the associated ArcGIS online pages for the Tulalip Reservation shapefile and the Tulalip Survey Point CSV, on which you will select to download for both in the upper right corner. Now that we have the data downloaded, for training purposes, let's pretend that you've received both of these datasets elsewhere and want to upload to the NBAM to use and share with others at NTIA. So let's start with the shapefile. You'll first want to unzip the downloaded folder. Unzip by navigating to the folder in File Explorer, right-clicking and selecting Extract All. Click Browse to select where you want the files to be saved, and then click Extract. Then we'll check the shapefile's contents, which should include at least an SHP, SHX, and DBF extension. If all these extensions are present, we can start the upload. Go back to ArcGIS Online, navigate to the Content tab, and in the upper left, select New Item. In the pop-up, either select your device and navigate to the zipped shapefile on your computer, or drag and drop the file into the window. Leave the default selection as Add Tulalip Reservation.zip and create a hosted feature layer and click Next. Finally, we're going to add some details to the layer, like a title, searchable tags, and an appropriate summary. You also have the option to save the layer into a specific folder if you'd like. Click Save, and the layer has been uploaded. Now that the shapefile is uploaded, let's upload the CSV. Before uploading, you'll want to open the CSV file on your computer. We can see that there are several fields populated, but the fields we will initially look for in this exercise are latitude and longitude, because these fields are required to display the points in a map. Note that lat-long points must be in decimal degrees format. If they are not originally in decimal degrees, you will need to convert to this format for the data to be supported on the platform. Now that latitude and longitude fields in decimal degrees format have been verified, let's go back to ArcGIS Online to upload the CSV. Return to the Content page and select New Item. Again, you can select the file from your computer by selecting your device or by dragging and dropping the file into the window. Leave the default option as Create a Hosted Feature Layer or Table and select Next. This next step gives you the option to remove any fields you don't want included in the uploaded layer. However, in this exercise, we do want to keep all original fields in the CSV, so click Next. On this next step, we can see why it was important to verify the lat-long fields in the file before starting the upload. The NBAM recognizes the fields and has defaulted to these fields to generate points showing speed test locations. Double check that the fields line up with the location type on the left and click Next. The last step in the upload is the same as the shapefile upload, adding details to the layer including a title, searchable tags, and a summary. Once you've added all these details, click Save and the layer is uploaded. Now that both the shapefile and CSV have been uploaded and added to your content on the NBAM, we can move on to the second step of this exercise, which is creating a web map. Go back to the NBAM homepage on ArcGIS Online and select the Federal Grants Map template. As a member of the NBAM ArcGIS Online organization, your web map template is going to open with several more layers and groups included. But for sharing and privacy purposes, the version you're seeing on my screen will have all private and proprietary layers removed. Once the map opens, click the Layers icon on the left panel. Here, you'll be able to see the pre-populated layers in the template. Layers are grouped together for organizational purposes, but both groups and individual layers can be removed depending on your needs. Click the Add button at the bottom of the layer list on the left panel. By default, the NBAM will look at all of the items in your content, and your 2 most recent datasets should appear at the top here. Click the Add buttons, which look like little plus signs, to add the layers to the map. Now that we have the layers loaded into the map, let's change the symbology of the Tulalip reservation layer. Click the back arrow next to Add Layers, and then select the reservation layer from the layer list. Now head over to the right side of the screen and select Properties and Edit Layer Style. The default style is location single symbol, which is okay. We just want to change the coloration of the layer. Click Style Options and the Symbol Style Edit button. We want to display this layer without a fill, so click the null symbol next to Fill Color. To update the outline, you can either drag the color selector around the ramps or input the code for a specific color if you already have it. For this exercise, we're going to go with a green outline. Adjust the outline width by clicking the arrows or typing the width in the pixels box. Click Done twice, and the new symbology is set. Now we'll change the symbology of the CSV points. In the Layers panel on the left, click on the Speed Test Results layer, and in the Properties tab on the right, select Style Options under Location Single Symbol, and then the Symbol Style button. The default symbology is Basic Point. Click on this box to update the symbology. In the drop-down menu under Category, select Points of Interest. Let's try this point. Select it and click Done. Now, if you want to change the size of the points, either type the size directly into the pixels box or use the arrows to the right of the box to change it. Once you're happy with the size, click Done to make the changes. Now let's check out the pop-ups. Click on one of the points from the Speed Test Results layer to view the pop-up. We can see right off the bat that there's some relevant information, but the formatting could be adjusted. To edit the pop-up formatting, click on the Speed Test Results layer and then select Pop-ups on the right-hand pane. Let's start by changing the title. Under Title, delete the existing text in the box and then click the curly brackets, which will bring up a list of fields in the layer. Scroll down to the county field and select it. Now the county name associated with that geometry will be included in every pop-up, and you can add additional words that will appear consistently outside of brackets. Like in this example, where we want to add Speed Test Results. Now the pop-up will appear as the county's name, Speed Test Results. To remove fields from the pop-up, click the Fields List button, then scroll to any fields you wish to remove and click the X to remove them. For example, let's scroll to the ID and Township fields and click the X's to remove them both. Let's confirm that our pop-up change is stuck. The pop-up should have the county name followed by Speed Test Results as a title, and the ID and Township fields should not be visible. Next, we will turn off the pop-up for the Tulalip reservation boundary layer. Click on the layer, then click the slider next to Enable Pop-ups. This will turn off the pop-up and remove the editing options. Note that if at any point you lose your extent in your web map, click the ellipsis next to a layer and then zoom to. The web map's extent will adjust to show the extent of that layer. Now, let's save the map to make sure you haven't lost any of your work so far. Click the Save icon on the left panel, and the little blue dot indicates that there are unsaved changes in your map. Click Save As to continue saving. Let's add some details to this map just like we did for the Tulalip reservation boundary and survey points layers. Give your map a title and an appropriate summary. Since this is a map template, your map will automatically have pre-built tags that you can remove or add to. Let's remove the NBAM starter map template tag by clicking the X next to it and adding a Tulalip tag. Once you're happy with the title, tags, and summary, click Save. Now that we've made all our adjustments and saved our map, we will look for overlap between the datasets we uploaded and the existing federal grant locations. Before comparing the layers, we will adjust the drawing order of the reservation boundaries layer so that it will be below the federal grant layers. Currently, the boundary will appear on top of them and will make it harder to see the layer symbology underneath. To adjust the drawing order, click on the Tulalip reservation boundary layer in the Layers pane, hold it, and drag it to the bottom of the list. This way, if any grant funding areas cover the reservation borders, they will appear on top of the border instead of underneath. Next, we're going to toggle layers to compare overlap. If you are not using the federal grants map template and need to add in the FCC layers shown, click the Add button at the bottom of the Layers pane, navigate to My Organization, and search for the layers in the search bar. Once you have the FCC layers shown loaded into the map, let's turn the layers on to compare overlap. To turn layers on, click on the eyeball icon next to the layer name to toggle the layer's visibility. If the eye has a line through it, it is currently hidden. By default, each layer in this map template is visible, but the group layer is hidden. And by clicking the eyeball icon next to the group name, each layer in that group will become visible at the same time. In this exercise, let's investigate the FCC layers included in the federal grants template. We want to view Rural Digital Opportunity Fund, or RDOF, applications within the Tulalip reservation boundary and compare the areas with the Tulalip speed test results layer. Note that you can also toggle visibility for layers within a group. Click the eye icon next to the RDOF feature layer and keep the vector tile layer visible. After these changes, let's save the map again by clicking the Save icon on the left pane and selecting Save. To verify that your map is saved, click on the hamburger menu in the upper left corner and select Content. This will take you to your My Content page, and the map should be at the top of the list. The final step in exercise 2 is to learn how to share your map. To share, click the checkbox next to the web map and then click the Share button, which will appear once one or more items in your content list are selected. The Share menu will then appear. By default, sharing is set to owner only, but you may choose to share your layer with your entire organization and select groups. Click the Edit Group Sharing button to see what groups are available to you for sharing. No need to actually share during this exercise, but now you will be prepared to share your maps in the future. Congratulations! You have now completed NBAM Exercise 2, in which you have worked on uploading datasets to the NBAM, placing them into a map template, and editing the map to better suit your analysis. Thank you for watching.